We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show. I am your host, Bumpy McSquigums, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I have some issues. I have a lot of issues, but the most pressing issue is I have a squirrel somewhere in my ceiling, and that is a problem. So, yeah. Together in battle. This is going to be an interesting day. So a squirrel crawled down our furnace pipe, which is fine. I mean, it's not. It's bad. He was stuck, and then he found his way out of the furnace somehow, which is good, because it turned on about a minute after that, which is really good that he got out. Yeah, and then he was in our basement. And then we tried to lure him with stuff, and he's like, nope. So, yeah, he went, and he's now above the office down here, somewhere. It's always something. It's always something. Anyway, right, so, together in battle. We give him free reign. We can hold a one-on-one. Give a character orders, a bonus or vacation. All others get free reign. We can also manage supplies, which we don't really need to do. We can order group practice, but that's not available just yet. They're still acclimating. Let's go to see what a one-on-one is. You decide to pull aside one of your team members. Everyone else will have free reign for the evening. You can tell them how to spend their evening at the cost of some morale. You can try to boost their morale by offering them a bonus, minimum of 100 aura, or paid vacation, 2 to 5 days. Or you can rename them. I'm just going to cancel. Alright, I'm just going to give them free reign. Let them do their thing. Walt sits up at the edge of the camp and spends the evening practicing a combat technique that he's been wanting to improve at. Good for you, buddy. Hi, Naomi. I wanted to talk to you. Patricia and Naomi converse at some length. Gradually, the topic turns to the past. I was very close with my mother when I was growing up. Friendship and familiarity. My father, by contrast, we do not get along. Really? I appreciate the heads up. We can only ever look backwards, try to make sense of things long after they've happened. The future, we can't see. It's terrifying. True. Rachuta tidies up around camp, picking up rubbish and collecting loose firewood. Oh. Praxilla and Bumpy decide to spend the evening sparring with one another. Yeah, we did. The day is over. A new day will soon dawn. So if you hear me scream, it's because the squirrel decided it wanted blood, and it attacked me, and I'm probably going to die. So just so you know. All right, the third day is here. How it is a weddings day. Yeah. How will you spend the daylight hours? Well, I feel like I should probably once again go to the arena. Unfortunately. So we're going to do that. We get to see everybody's favorite cheerful lad here. Man with the pad is here again. Team name. Bucket of slugs. Okay, so you completed the qualifier. He looks up after you after a beat. He intones a single word so lacking in enthusiasm you can practically see him willing each muscle in his jaw to move individually. Congratulations. So, I can fight another battle? He gestures. Wait over there to be called. Alright, well, you know. Sometimes. The bucket of slugs. Alright, we got 6 people to deploy. We got 6 people in our employ. And, yeah, stuff and junk. Alright, we're up against 4. We outnumber them. I like this. These are good odds for us. Who's our Healy person? Is you? We'll get Molt, and we'll get Naomi. Alright, let's do this thing. The organizers regularly set up different battlefields, so it's important to scout the area. Or the arena, and see where the enemy team is. Aha! There they are. Don't forget to move the camera with WASD. Or the arrow keys if you are feeling froggy. You can also click and drag. Okay, I'll also use the arrow keys. There, I did all of them. I'm a hero. Okay, well. I'm going to move over here. Just kind of hang out. I don't like this bush. It's talking bad about me, so I'm gonna smack it. Ha-ha! Sometimes you just gotta own a bush. It's fine. Just gotta take it down and hope everything works out, I guess. I don't know. I got nothing. Alright, can we end the entire turn? We can. Yes. Yes, we can. Well, they don't seem overly enthusiastic to use their skills. I like it. Some of your characters are better at taking a hit than others. To get detailed information, right-click on their character screen. Stats for health represents how much damage your character can take. Resistance is shown in the mid-left. The character screen represents your character's defenses against different types of attacks. In general, the higher the character's health and resistance, the safer. True. I've often suspected. Would you like to hold this? I was hoping you'd notice. Alright, I'm going to move here and goodbye.
Yeah, heard me Bummer make squiggums. I did a thing and I took the guy down. It was pretty good.
Oh, right, we do, Okay, so, a couple things to learn. This is a thing that, if I could fly, I could fly over it. But, otherwise, I'm going to hit it with something. Which is not great. How far out does breath? Okay. We're going to try a combination breath attack and lizardman attack. I think we've got it. I really don't want to get rabies from a squirrel. Oh my, you've been very bad, haven't you? You need to be punished. Well, I mean, it's a thing that definitely happened. Okay, let's see what happens. It's the opponent's turn. Would you like to play with me? I actually hurt a little bit. I'm not a big fan of that. Not at all. I say it shouldn't kill because of the distance, but that was a little bit scarier than I would have liked. Range skills, those with a range of 2 or higher can be used over obstacles. You can shoot over rocks, trees, bushes, even on the other characters. Okay, well then I was wrong. You could shoot over the bird bath. Huh. Well, that has either changed or it was always that way and I did something wrong once upon a time, which is very possible. Alright, I'm going to do something right now, and that's take this guy down like a sweet muffin. I mean, we're going to hurt him. He's not actually going to die. I'm going to go and heal myself over here and cry a little bit. I shot you with the hurt. I didn't like it. And then we're going to go over here, and he ain't going point blank nothing because I'm going to break his limb. Yeah, weekend. Alright, then I think I'm going to finish him off. A little backstab action coming his way. I said good day, sir. No matter what, the bucket of slugs will succeed. Please don't eat me, giant squirrel. Wherever you're at. Alright. I shall claim your life. Your life ends here. Alright, we got a level up for Praxilla. She gained the new equipment mastery of Claw. And she also got a little bit of Psi and a little bit of Strength. So it's good. It's a good mix. No nose, though. Most damage? Me. Most healing? The healer. Makes sense. Most enemies debuffed. We did break a limb. And I defeated the most enemies. Let's talk about what a hero I am. Do I get bonuses for this? Or is this like just a cool factor? I don't know. I probably get bonuses. It might have shown up while things were going on, but I don't know. A young boy covered in dust and toting a rough cloth satchel approaches as you leave the arena. He reaches into the satchel and retrieves a piece of paper covered in woodblock ink type. Wordlessly, he hands it over and moves on to others in the crowd. Down with the Maharaja. It is said that nothing is lower than a thief. But what of one who steals the power to lead a nation entire? Nothing could be more dangerous. The Maharaja is made by birth, the most important birth that exists. Yet somehow there are no witnesses to the birth of our own Maharaja, Adavan, left alive. How could this be? If you spy a man carrying your family heirloom and all who are in the room with it are dead, only a fool would not suspect treachery. The truth is obvious. The Maharaja is a fraud, a murderous pretender with no claim to the throne. For the good of Dese, he must abdicate at once. Nothing else is written on the pamphlet. It is unsigned. Head back to camp. Find the boy and question him. You look at the boy in the crowd and ask him about the pamphlet. He shrugs. Look, I don't know. Okay, some man told me to hand him out. And you just agreed? Do you agree what's on the pamphlet? Who was this man? Who was this man? How should I know? Just some man. He didn't tell me his name. You do realize what's on this, right? He looks visibly embarrassed. I don't know. I can't read. And you agreed to pass these out anyway? What's it to you, huh? I'm not some fancy pants gladiator making thousands of ora per week, nor are we. I'm doing what I have to eat. Strange circumstance, to be sure, but conspiracies surrounding the Maharaja are not your problem to solve. You take your leave of the city and return to camp. All right. We could order a group practice. We get some experience, but we lose a little bit of morale. I'd like to look at the characters. Their morale's pretty okay. I mean, I think we could do that. We're a little bit banged up on the Rujuta still. That is a little unfortunate. Maybe resting will do something for us. I don't know. We'll find out. You know what? I'm going to go for it. Group practice. Priscilla was hoping to be for a relaxed evening, but it was not to be so. She goes through the motions of practicing, gains valuable feedback to incorporate her into her techniques. Experience will pay off eventually and better combat performance. Well, smiling a clearly forced smile, Rujuta goes through the motions of practicing, test out a new technique she's been working on. Experience will pay off. Sighs quietly, practices with the others, valuable feedback. Got it. Was hoping for a relaxed evening, but it was not to be. It feels as though he isn't improving, but you can see what he can't. He grows closer to mastering the skills of his class. Yeah, he does. Look at that. I got a reflex and a second counterattack. Axe. Axe. Unable to keep her irritation from showing, but even so, doesn't ask. Okay. Group practice, fundamentals. Oh, happiness is down a little bit. Irritation, group practice, sparring, provides valuable insight that will improve his capabilities in battle. A little bit of energy, a little bit of health, and he can now shove people. Sweet. The day is over, a new day will soon dawn. Day 4. Oh, boy. It is Stars Day. How will you spend the daylight hours? Back to the arena we go. Beware enemies with sprint and something. Your mind starts to drift as you wait in line. Abruptly, your reverie is broken by bellowing. We have a busy day today. Lots of matches. Please step up. Finally, let's do this. Name. He consults his pad, muttering. You beat a bunch of engineers. Great. I guess it's time to get matched up against opponents who will use actual weapons now. Huh. Sounds good. He gestures. Go, wait over there. We'll call your team's name when it's your turn to fight. He pauses, listening quickly now. It sounds like we've got rain coming. No, my firemancer. That's a pyromancer. I know. It's a pyrokineticist, technically. Shut up. Okay. Yeah. Let's. We should look around. There's a box. There's a box over there, and we got some people with axes, and this will be fine. I'm sure it'll be totally okay. Nothing bad will happen whatsoever. All right, let's do this thing. Bucket of slugs. Sometimes battles in the arena elevated terrain. This can be used to your advantage. When you have the high ground against an enemy, your attacks will be 30% more effective than them, or against them. And the enemies will be 30% less effective. Fighting from high ground is a good idea. Certain skills, like Shove, possess knockback. These will knock characters back a space. Knocking a non-flying enemy off an elevated space will deal fall damage to them, equaling 20% of the maximum health per height level they fell. Sweet. If they fall more than one height level, they'll become stunned as well. Sweeten the pot a little bit. Break open chests. Grab items before the fight ends. I intend to. Aw, yeah. I did it. I'm a hero. Alright, I've claimed the high ground. I've claimed the high ground a second time. And then you are going to go ahead and heal yourself. Yeah, back up to full health. What? We're going to hang out with the skull. It's fine. Alright, what do you got for us? The eyeless mercenaries, dust and soggy bread. I got nothing. So they have an orchard, do they? The arena organizers will sometimes spice things up by putting treasure chests around the battlefield. Destroy these chests to reveal the goodies inside. Whatever you manage to grab before the match ends is yours to keep. You don't say. I have grabbed a sack. I don't know what I got. I might have gotten something. Might have gotten these shoes. And maybe a stick. I don't know. A lot of options. Alright, I think it makes sense to pin you down. Yeah. Then I think it makes sense to claim the high ground and do an overhead chop. Oh, he hit me back. Oh, well, I didn't appreciate that. Can I? Oh, I could attack the rock if I really wanted to. I think it's fine. I'm going to fly onto the rock, though, and I'm going to breathe fire, lightning breath, something. Light breath onto him. He's now blind and no longer a threat. Probably. I've decided. Alright, and then we're going to go over here. And then I think we just, maybe we stay here? And we hope for the best. Most skills that can hit at multiple ranges, the bow, crossbow, pyroblast, cryoblast, okay, yeah. Shadow and light blast, experience damage fall off as they approach maximum range. To maximize damage from these, get as close to your target as possible. The only multi-range skill that does not experience fall-off damage are mental and shield skills. Mind Shield, Mind Shock, and similar skills will always operate at full effectiveness, regardless of range. Alright, still got the low ground. She managed to land a shot. Oh, you made it to me? Well, that's poopy. I thought for darn certain we were going to be fine. This I expected. This made the most sense. Oh, use bandages. Well, I mean... Sometimes battles in the arena feature spaces that affect characters' stats. Bunches of tall grass or reeds, for instance, confer a defensive advantage to any character positioned in them, boosting both dodge and slash, pierce, crush resistances. For its part, sand boosts cold resistance. To view a space's terrain effects, mouse over it and look at the terrain inspector at the bottom right of the screen. You hear someone yelling from the stands, "Hey, I'm a huge fan of the bucket of slugs. Have this." He reaches back and hurls an item sack onto the battlefield with no great precision. Aha. Alright, well this guy's done. I'm going to grab this, yoink, as they say. And then I'm going to bonk him. Enough foreplay. Here's 5 play. Backstab weekend, yeah! Alright, so see what happened was... Okay. A little bit of HP, a little bit of Psi, and we learned Far Shield. We can heal the target from further away. Okay. It's 4 energy versus 3. That's not bad. This is 0 to 2, and this is 2 to 4. So we have a little bit more range with it. Okay, I don't know what I want to do with this guy. Like, ideally, I'd move here and just cook him. But I have an archer that I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with. I think I'm going to take this guy down, no matter what. That's just kind of a given. That just felt nice, you know. All right, now I could move there. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I could also move over here and shoot him in the side. Or I could shoot the archer. And kill him outright, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I was a little bit surprised by how that went down. And then I could go here. I could do a light blast to Duke, and hold on. But before I do that, I need to see. Okay, I can still move you one more. All right, this is fine. Light blast to Duke, and okay, I need to move you out of the way. I could have done that beforehand. I realize. And then, hiya! No matter what, the bucket of slugs will succeed. Sweet. Yep, no, this is fine. Alright. It seems the rain has finally arrived. Immobilized wore off. Oh no. Uh-oh. Who did you enthrall? Seems bad. It is bad. I don't like that I was mind controlled. That doesn't feel very good. When it rains, puddles will start to form around the battlefield. Standing in a puddle makes it hard to dodge and renders the character more vulnerable to cold attacks. But it will provide a bit of heat resistance in the process. Oh, he's back. I was enthralled very shortly. Oh, hold on. Nope. Alright, so who's the most hurt right now? Is it... Yeah, okay. I was like, is it me that I just, like, got smacked by my own boy? By my own mans? It was me. Alright, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna breathe some Fire up onto you. Again, it's light, I know. Praxilla levels up again. More energy, more Psi coming your way. Yeah, I'm just gonna bonk him from up here. This should not be able to reach him. Alright, you know what? Then that's fine. We're just gonna do this. Surprise! Alright, a little bit of HP, a little bit of strength, and we learned the split shot. We can hit up to 2 targets. Very nice. And longbows are now usable. Very cool. Good level up. Most damage dealt, Naomi Tiger Cottage. Most sacks grabbed was our boy Molt. He also debuffed the most enemies. Obviously, the healer healed the most. And most enemies defeated was a Naomi once again. I can live with that. You have returned to camp and evening is fast approaching. What will you do? Just be very, very sad, I think. Like that is what we will do. I think we'll break it off here. And this is gonna be the spot where we stop it all. The world will end. I actually don't know how to save in addition. Like, I know when we get here, it auto-saves. But I don't know how we save other than that. So you know what? Let's do a thing. How do I... There we go. Let's do a thing. We're gonna just let them have free reign. Rohuta cannot bring herself to do anything this evening. Sits quietly in her quarters, her head resting in her hands. Patricia goes through some stretches and breathing exercises, works on committing a new combat move to muscle memory until she grows too sore to continue. Hi, Praxilla. Are you free to talk? Hey, they converse at great length. I knew from a young age that I wanted to be a soldier. I served for a few years but never saw much action. It wasn't all bad, but at the end of the day, fighting wars for wealthy men who didn't care about us at all doesn't appeal. That's so interesting. Suddenly tears stream down Praxilla's face. She hurriedly wipes them away. Sheesh. Here go the waterworks again. I'm just so happy that we're friends and we can tell each other things. Secluded spot, run through solo combat drills. Can't stop thinking up scenarios that result in her death or disability. She trains feverishly for hours on end, hoping to forestall the inevitable. Yikes. No one stepped up to clean around the camp, but thankfully people picked up after themselves. Alright. Yeah, saving game. It says down here. Very nice. I'm going to see if I can make a save on a different slot from here. Again, I don't know exactly where I can save at, so we are going to do some testing. Oh boy. Alright, so if I hit escape, or this, See, I don't. There's no. I. I did choose the option to do the additional saving thing, right? Like that was a thing that I did. Doesn't feel like it's a thing that I did. Well, unfortunately, I don't really know how to save the game beyond just the autosave, which is fine. It's what we'll do. It's what works. But I am like 99% sure I selected, or at least I intended to. I know 100% I intended to select manual saves, but it doesn't seem like I can do that. Ooh, find jobs. Select characters to work outside jobs for some extra aura. Well, if we weren't in the midst of the arena, I feel like we could do that, but sadly, we're in the midst of the arena. We need to shop, though, because we're going to starve to death if we don't get food. So I guess we can't do the arena. Anyway, we're going to figure that out in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I'm still alive tomorrow for another episode. And the squirrel doesn't eat me. It's bad, especially considering we don't really have a way of stopping the squirrel from doing things. So if he gets into this room, he can eat me in my sleep. He can go upstairs pretty freely. It's not a great designed squirrel defensive house thing. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll let you guys know when I figure out what we actually can accomplish with the squirrel. And until then, I've been your terrified host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.